All right, how's everybody doing? What's going on here? Give me a sec. I'm setting up the marble race. Forgot to do that before. Oh, we got downloadable content, so we're good. All right. Oh, let me move this here. What is going on, chat? Let's go ahead and turn the music off. What is going on? I hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate everyone tuning in. It is last Friday of the month, so you know what that means. Friday fly giveaway time. God, this beard is getting out of control. By the way, thank you, Southern Fly Guy, for the new Tier 1 sub 3 hours ago. Appreciate that. The previous month's winners are going out in the mail, so I have them stamped and everything good to go. We're just getting the marble race set up here. What do you call it? Doing a quick Steam download. Hey, what's going on, Tony? How you doing? Hey, Jen, how's it going? I got your stuff packaged up, going out tomorrow, so put it in the mailbox tonight. How you doing, Jen? I saw you were doing some fishing. I hope you've been doing good. Hey, Juan, how's it going? For the experts out there, cutting the tip, it just shortens it. So there's something else I can use, like a very small tactical slip. Yeah, so I clip. I'm assuming you're saying I recently started using the Rio fly clips. I forget what they're called, but Rio makes a fly clip, and I haven't had any issues with it. One thing I will say is I got away from using tippets, prepackaged tapered leaders, and stuff like that, and tippets, a while ago, and I started making my own leaders. I don't know if you're doing that and you're just using tippet, but I stopped using tippet in general. So I just use like 40-pound leader material tied to like 20-pound fluoro, and now I use a fly clip. I don't think I would use it in all situations, especially stuff like flats fishing and whatnot, where it's super clear water. But for most of your generic fishing, it seems like it's been okay so far. Mind you, there hasn't been a lot of fish to test it on. But, so yeah, there's the Rio fly clips are what I would recommend. Yep. Yeah, so I don't know what sort of fishing you're doing, Juan, but what you can do, by the way, Brew, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. What you can do is you can tie your own leaders. So if you're saltwater fishing, you can just take like a 5-foot section of 40-pound, tie a double surgeon's loop knot, or triple surgeon, whatever, at the end, connect that to your fly line via loop, and then do a 20-pound piece. Yeah, fish in the surf. So you can do like a 20-pound piece to that 40-pound. Hey, Point Blank. How's it going? Thank you for the raid, dude. Appreciate it. Give it up. Round of applause. God, that's loud. Sorry about that. Let's turn that down a little bit. Thank you, Point Blank. Appreciate that, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great stream. Welcome, everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. We're going to be doing some fly tying here in a second. But yeah, so on, what you do is you take a 40-pound piece of mono leader. I use like Andy or something, or 30-pound, and then I go to a 20-pound. But you can you could go 50 to 30 if you're fishing surf and you're fishing bigger flies, right? But the main thing is I make my own leaders. So, and then it doesn't matter. Then you just cut off, and every once in a while you can make some new leaders. It takes 2 seconds. You just do a double surgeon's loop on the 40-pound, and then you just do 2 blood knot to blood knot on the 20-pound 40 or whatever, and then you just tie it straight to the fly, or you do a fly clip, which is what I'm doing. I don't know if it's the best, but we'll see. I haven't done much fishing with it since I've started using the fly clips, but we'll see. But thank you again to the raid for everybody from Point Blank stream. By the way, we have our Friday fly giveaway going on last Friday of the month. So I'm just popping open the marble race. Let's make sure it works. Oh, it does work. Good. My screen capture. So let's go random, I guess. And fine. That looks kind of boring. Oh, that looks cool. We're in space. I like it. And we're doing our follower one first and our subscriber one later. That being said, I'm also, by the way, !play, hop in there. we do a giveaway the last Friday of the month where we give away flies to subscribers and followers. So we have our follower race first. So if you're following the channel, you can type !play. And you have your marble inputted into the race. So, but I hope everyone's doing well. We are bringing back a schedule. I'm starting to get into some normalcy and with the routine. We go hard clamming in the morning with AC Fishing on his boat. You can see the tan I've been getting on my arms compared to up here. You see that? With that tan right there. But so I go hard clamming in the morning, and then I usually get back around like the latest 12:30 or 1. So we're probably going to stream around like 2:30 in the afternoons Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, oh, I got the buff. I put on suntan lotion and everything. This is with sunblock. This is the area that's protected. You know what I mean? I roll up my fishing shirts because I get covered in mud. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2:30 or 3 around Eastern Standard Time, PM in the afternoon. But somewhat early, like midday, when I get back from work. So, buff? Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not the one clamming. That's AC Fishing. I'm just sorting the clams. So I got the easy job. But so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have at least 3 fly tying streams a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 2:30ish, and yeah. So I'll make sure to post live, and I'll probably do like every week. I'll in the Discord put up the schedule, just in case things change. Because Tuesdays I have D&D after work, and then Sundays I run a game. Saturdays we usually play Warhammer. So, but yeah, we got some fly tying to do, so let's get it up. Let's get it going. We got our Friday Fly giveaway going. You can hop on in there, !play. I'm actually going to hop in there because maybe I can knock someone's marbles off. But that's our follower giveaway, and then we'll do the sub one later. We're going to get my ugly mug out of the picture, and we're going to go start doing some fly tying. I'm just going to get some music going for myself. Thank you again, Point Blank. If anyone is not foiling, you should be foiling, or you shouldn't be foiling Point Blank's schemes. You should be following his schemes of, my earbuds aren't working, of his fly fishing escapades and fishing escapades. All right, now we're good. I like to get some music for myself in the background. I used to play like copyright-free music that I pay for and stuff. I'm probably gonna get rid of that, honestly. It's like $19 a month. But now I just if you want to listen, you want to listen to some tunes, you can put your own music in the background, and it's a little bit cleaner because we got our VODs on YouTube and stuff for people to watch. So, but I'm bumping some hip hop and rap in the background, so I'm letting you know. Hey, no problem. Thank you again, Point Blank. Yeah, I mean, everybody should be following Point Blank. Us fly guys and gals got to stick together. So, longtime streamer here on Twitch, and some fantastic fly fishing content and fly tying. So you should definitely be following him. All right. Hey, Southern Fly Guy. Yeah, you're in there, buddy. We got you. Thank you again, by the way, Southern Fly Guy, for the sub. Appreciate that, my friend. I hope you've been doing well. I'm sorry we haven't been streaming as much, everybody, but I'm getting into the groove of working every day and stuff like that. Doing some hard clamming. So, out here on Eastern Long Island, we go out and AC Fishing's got a bull rake, so he's got a big aluminum pole, like multiple poles that extend in and out, and a handle and a giant rake, custom rake head, and he sits there and, sometimes I do it as well, but clams from a boat, in deep water, and then, we haul it up and I sort it out and whatnot, so. But it's a good time, it's fun, and he put speakers in the boat, so we've been listening to Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and biggie smalls and stuff. So I wonder if there's like old timer clammers, you know. I wonder if they're pissed off or if secretly they're enjoying it. But getting ready for 3 days of surf fly fishing in Florida. Very nice. That's awesome. What sort of I mean, I know you get jacks and all sorts of crazy stuff, but what sort of fish are you hoping to catch, Southern Fly Guy? All right. So today we are going to be tying some more summertime flies. Last off, we tied some really cool looking juvenile fluke flies and stuff. But today we're going to be tying some baitfish patterns, probably some smaller sand eels and stuff. Ooh, I know what we need to do. I forgot. Well, I guess I could do it later. It's fine. But I need to glue up surf candies for a local wildlife refuge. They do a auction every year to raise money for the wildlife refuge. So I need to glue up some surf candies for them. I'll just do that after stream. It's fine. I got a bunch of surf candies that I tied up and never glued. So I'm going to glue some of those and donate. But I've spent so much time going there over the years. Summer camps, wildlife things, this and that. So we love supporting. It's Quag Wildlife Refuge is the name of it. So I was going to do that at the start, but that's all right. We're just going to, we got a bunch of baitfish flies to tie. So reds, snook, pompano, and maybe flounder. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I spent some time in, we've done some different fishing in Florida. Some guided stuff, inshore, offshore, and some just exploratory fly fishing in Florida. It was a lot of fun. Pretty much only caught speckled trout and bluefish, except for when we went with a guide and caught redfish. We were going for redfish. It was St. Augustine, Florida. But I've been to North Carolina as well, and I remember I was with an ex-girlfriend. We were walking down the beach, and I saw somebody catch like a giant bull redfish in the surf, and I was like, oh! So I love the idea of catching big reds in the surf. It's pretty cool. It's like a whole different surf fishing compared to our northeast surf fishing. So yeah, I want to tie, obviously, summertime. What's summertime bait fish? Sand eels. Sand eels is a great one. As well as your generic silver side and stuff. But I think we're going to focus more so on sand eels. It's definitely the sand eel time of year. We'll see as well what we get into. Maybe we'll try out some little shrimps or something. But I'm thinking we focus primarily on baitfish flies. That's what we're going to be working on today. There's a lot of smaller, translucent, very thin and translucent and light colors and whatnot. It's kind of what we're focusing on. Sand eels, silver sides. There's the occasional bay anchovies, but they're more so in the fall that we run into lots of anchovies. All right, I'm just sitting here looking at hooks. Let's start tying. I gotta watch out. I have like multiple headphone cables going on, so there's like a crossfire going on. All right, so we have these Mustad O'Shaughnessy's. I also have some other kind of lawn shank hooks, if you will, or lawner shank than the Mustad big games that I constantly use. So we're definitely going to be tying some thinner lawner profile baitfish. We caught 4 decent fish Tuesday morning. 2 30-inch fish, a 27 and a 24-inch fish. I'm assuming these are stripers for those of you that don't know. On Bob's Banners. Ooh, very nice. That's awesome. I gave my buddy one of your banners and he fooled a 30-incher. Nice. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Jim. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. For anyone that isn't in, we got the Follower Friday Fly giveaway, !play. Yeah, I have, we still need to tie a corn fly for Slim Thunder. I haven't done it yet, but we got Banana, AR1 twice, Gin, Craggerroll, and Master Battle, which are getting their Friday Fly giveaway, and then we have a fly going out to Lima as well. that Sadati Slammer grocery deceiver sucker we tied up not too long ago. Yeah, all you got to be doing is following the channel on Twitch. And we need to figure out a way. You know, we honestly might move away from marble races. And we might do something, because the folks on YouTube, I don't want them missing out. So we got to figure some way of doing it. You know what I mean? The monthly giveaway. So I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I would like to have the YouTube members and the Twitch members. So, or the YouTube members and the Twitch subs, I should say. All right. We're going to start off with a little bit of white bucktail here. Grab my scissors. While I love the marble races, unfortunately it doesn't have third-party support for both Twitch and YouTube. So I got to figure it out. I'm going to figure that out before the next one. We might switch it up. So enjoy the marble races. We still might do them, but they might not hold the weight that they usually do. It's unfortunate, but yeah, there's definitely ways we could do it. Or I could take the, I got to find an easy way of doing it, though. So I don't have to, like, type everyone's names out or something manually. I could probably just take a list of all the members and the subs and input them into a random name picker or something. It's not as exciting as marble races, but you know what I mean. Maybe, you know. Because I was also thinking about splitting it, one for YouTube and one for Twitch, but I was like, I don't know about splitting it, so I don't know. We're still figuring it out, but all right. So we got a little bit of white bucktail on here. I'm not trying to go too heavy with it. This isn't going for like a, you know, a Kenny Abrams style fly. We're going for more of your traditional stripping sort of retrieve, if you will. We're probably going to end up using some UV resins or something. But this is kind of like an old school sand eel. Now, if I had either a straw or things like that, you can use pieces of a plastic bag. In fact, I have some pieces of plastic here. We could potentially use that. But what they would do is they would take thin strips of essentially like a Ziploc bag or something, and you can wrap it on top. An old school like Lou Tabery type fly. Or you could take mono. They would wrap mono and then tie peacock curl, stuff like that. These are like flies that I have in my older Lefty Cray books and stuff like that. Let's see. In fact, I put them all away recently and organized them, but the books, I could probably find one, but you'll see. We're going to kind of freestyle some old school sand eel stuff. In fact, this is probably where, instead of just tying this on, essentially we're going to tie this like a blonde in a way. If you know the classic Joe Brooks blonde fly. Now, I do want some body braid. Now, I need to... See, the one thing that... I've been doing a lot of miniature and modeling stuff. Like, let me just give you a quick little look. This is a homemade Exocrine. Check this sucker out. From a dollar store. I literally bought this toy for $1. It was like an alien toy from the dollar store. I cut it. I used wire. I used modeling clay, the 2-part green stuff epoxy that you can sculpt. I used bits of tyranids, like the tons and the bone whips. I put a tyranid head like underneath to control the exocrine. So this is like, I made like a $90 model out of like a dollar store tree toy. But I was doing this the other night, so I got to figure out. I used to stream a lot stuff like this on Twitch, but now that I'm multi-streamed to YouTube, I don't know if people on YouTube want to see stuff like this, because it's a fly time channel. But I know some of you folks enjoyed this sort of stuff that I was doing. But so I need to figure out, maybe Thursdays we'll do like a hobby thing or something. I almost want to stream it to my other YouTube channel. Check that. You like that one, Jen? Check this one out too. This is a Maliceptor. This is supposed to be like this. But this is another dollar store toy. Like, I have photos. I'll post them in the Discord, what they look like before I cut them up. And then all these, like, sword things are from real Tyranid models. This is from a Hive Lord. And I put, like, a skull on there, and there's, like, extra bits. So I cut it up, I remodeled it, and then I glued it. This one I didn't have the whole body and the legs, I didn't have to do anything. It was actually kind of perfect. But all the other stuff, I kind of went at it with some clay and whatnot. But so we'll see. Maybe Thursdays we'll do stuff like this. This is my attempt at not spending any money on Warhammer for my Tyranids army, because fuck that. I think they look pretty good. That's after Zenithal highlighting with primer, with, you know, you spray black from underneath, white from top, and then my airbrush, I hit it with a flesh color, and now I'm going to dry brush it, bone. You have the flesh in the recesses and stuff, but... So we'll see. Maybe Thursdays we'll do some sort of stuff like that. I have a second YouTube channel called Mike Rolls Dice, and I don't do anything, so I might actually stream the hobby stuff to that. And we used to stream some Warhammer games. We're trying to bring that back. We honestly might... I got to talk to my buddy Rev, but I would like to get some sort of weekly Warhammer stream going on or something. War game stream. So I got to figure that out. We might stream that on YouTube to the other channel. I'm going to use some of this. You know, I want to use some silver, but we got some body braid. You know, I think I do have pearl body braid in here. Where is it? If I can find it, that is. You know, I might have used it, honestly, because I tied so many. So I guess we will use this. I have some black body braid, which is kind of weird, but that's fine. Yeah, I made those both last night. I was just watching Warhammer battle reports, and I made those. All right. Let's put some flash on here. But how you doing, Doc? I hope you're doing well, dude. I hope everything's going good. Yeah, we've been playing Warhammer at least once a week. We've been having a lot of fun with it, me and Rev, and he's super into it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm like, dude, we should make some content for this, but just for fun. So also get. But that being said, I should be making fly time videos for YouTube, so I shouldn't say anything. I should shut the hell up, is what I should do. I should. But streams are okay. Streams are easy. The one downside is I kind of need multiple cameras, so, and I only have one nice camera, so we'll see. If I could figure out a way to bypass getting another nice camera to stream some Warhammer stuff, then maybe we will, but maybe if I can make use of a GoPro or something. Now you need those. You need the hookah lounge strips. Alright. I got some silver flash here that I bought a hank of it, or 2 hanks is how they pronounce it. They call it when you're buying material like that. From this guy who got it from China, and I have so much of this silver flash that I'm just never going to use it. It's just so much. So I need to start using it. Just in like every fly I tie for myself. So we're going to go with a little bit of tan bucktail here. Oh, let me, I got the marbles up. Let me make sure we're not missing something. I want my YouTube dashboard up. There we go. Let me make sure this is also, yep, we're going to fix that. Okay. So we got a little bit of tan on there, and let's go ahead and put a little bit of peacock curl as well. Which should be in here. Let's see. I have everything fairly organized right now, which is very nice. Yeah, here we go. And I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm putting the feathers back in the feather box. I'm putting the synthetic materials back in the synthetic material box. I used to kind of just, during the stream, just dump it in whatever I was using. The feathers would end up in the natural materials box, and next thing you know, it's just like a chaos. So I'm trying to be very diligent with it. All right. Yeah, let's put a little peacock on on here. Little peacock curl, not little peacock. He's not here right now. And then we'll just try something like this. Actually kind of looks pretty cool. I don't know if it looks accurate to a sand eel, but that's fine. With that black body braid. Nice and simple. So we'll tie another one like this, but I'll do that plastic bag thing. I mean, it's probably not the best to be using that, but I mean, I'm epoxying it, so if you lose the fly, it's trash at that point anyway, so. Let's put some eyes on here. Oh, I had this out in the sun. It probably dried up, didn't it? I forgot. What am I using my scissors for when I have things to specifically cut things like this? Been doing a lot of super gluing recently, so it's accumulated what I like to call the Mount Everest on top, where it's just a bunch of dried super glue forming a peak that slowly gets taller and taller. And you've noticed I don't have the cap. We should honestly get in touch with ZapGap and let them know what I do. Like, I take the cap and I just throw it away, and I just leave the cap off for like months, and I use the super glue so much, and it never dries up. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Put some eyes on here. Oh. Definitely try not to get super glue all over my fingers. And mission failed already. That's okay. There's always room for improvement. Now, if you're asking why I use super glue, if you're new here, I always find that I have an issue with stick-on eyes with applying UV resin. I hate, and it's not all the time, but sometimes when it happens, they lift off. Off of the body. So you'll like apply a bunch of resin, you'll start smoothing around, and then it goes in between where the adhesive on the back of the flat eye is and the body, and it'll like separate and start moving around. So I usually do the super glue thing. Even if I end up with some of my fingers, that's all right. All right. We got our UV light. We have our UV resin. Go ahead and coat this body. I'm using medium. I get people asking a lot. I use medium for most of my base coat and body, and then I fill in the gaps with thin. I know some people do it differently, but this is how I do it, and I've been doing it for years. So just move that slightly, get it centered. I'll go ahead and put some resin on here. I'm not trying to apply too much here. I'm trying to keep it pretty thin and whatnot, because we're going for like a sand eel look. So you can always add more. You don't want to add too much. We can always add more after the fact, right? And I'm just going pretty much back to where the bucktail is. I don't want to go too far back on it. I find this is essentially like tying a Mickelson. When tying Mickelsons, I usually go right back to where the hook point is. That's right where around the wraps start on the body. Right? Turning it from a blonde to like a Mickelson type fly. The Mickelson epoxy baitfish, for those of you that don't know. Glenn Mickelson, a great Long Island fly tyer. But I usually start pretty light with it and then add it. And I don't go too far back. I go right about where the hook point is. I usually don't go back past, or at least very minimally. I don't go back past where the wraps start. Like right now, I'm a little bit back past it, probably a couple millimeters, if that, but Oh, good. I'm glad, Craggerl. I have more. There's more going out for you. So going out tomorrow in the mail. But good. I'm glad. I hope you're enjoying your time back here in Freedom Land. Everything's going good. But yeah, other than clamming every day and stuff, just been chilling. I've been working on Warhammer, my Warhammer armies, and just hanging out, listening to some pretty cool Warhammer audiobooks. A lot of Warhammer stuff, but haven't done any fishing in a while. We've been going clamming every day, but I'd like to go fishing soon. So we've been seeing just bass blowing up randomly. So I'm like, ooh, I wonder if we got that little fluke situation going on. So we'll probably need to do some fishing from shore. Still just pretty much saving up money, paying bills and whatnot, and putting away some money slowly here and there to try and fix my boat one of these days. You just finished the septic being replaced at the house and threw some grass seed out to relawn the back. Nice. So you're kind of just doing some, just hanging out and doing some house maintenance. Hell yeah, getting your hands dirty a little bit. Breaking out the backhoe. No, I'm assuming you had it replaced, right? You, yep. Rented a Caterpillar for the weekend. Redug my whole sewage system for fun. Yeah, it's a job. I've replaced a whole septic system before. Not the septic system, but the pipes and the pump and everything like that. Because my buddy was a plumber, and I had to dig the whole thing and run the green septic pipes. And we had to like sit there and like hammer out the wall and stuff in the basement. There's a lot of basements here in New York, so, or at least in Long Island, so the septic system runs down, and it's like gravity, and the pipe needs to be angled at a way so it just naturally flows out. So we had to like measure it, and I was just like digging for like 3 days in the backyard of this house. Definitely a project. But actually getting the septic system, like the whole tanks and stuff replaced, you need like straight up machines. Good for 25 years now, supposedly. Nice. Hell yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. There's a lot of basement history in New York City. Yeah. Yeah, we got basements. I know in other places of like the country, there's not a lot of basements, stuff like that, which is interesting. All right, there we go. A nice little sand eel fly. I could hit it with some thin, but honestly, I kind of like the stripes. The stripes are pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of like some sort of some of the crazy like kingfish, baitfish, and stuff like that you see. Or you know what it kind of looks like? It looks like a killie or like a mumachug is what it really looks like. But it's pretty much just like a little sand eel or something. But it looks like pinstripes or something. It's a pinstripe surf candy. Meekum Auction House surf candies. Watch out. Might get $10 for this one instead of 8. All right. Excuse me. Looks good. Let's tie another one, shall we? Now I'll show you another technique, kind of old school, sort of sand eel fly, if you will. Yeah, it kind of looks like a killifish. That's right. That is right. It's pretty interesting. I wonder if we could do something with that. Kind of try to get the proportions better. I mean, honestly, you can just do little ones like this, like that small. By the way, my hands are destroyed from clamming. They're that's spray paint, but my hands are just getting like absolutely destroyed from clamming. Yeah, the small killies are pretty small and they're not that big. I was thinking about proportion, top and bottom, how you're going to replicate a killie, but with an epoxy fly without adding too much or, UV resin. But the smaller juvenile killies aren't that, they're kind of wide, but they're not that, like, big top and bottom. So I think you could do it. You could tie a small little killie fly like that. I mean, the creeks out here, I don't know what it's like in other parts of the Northeast, or the East Coast in general, but we have so many killies in the creeks here. It's crazy. Early in the season, it's like the only bait around is killies. Killies and shrimp. Maybe certain species of silverside that hang out year-round. Yeah, little pickerel stuff. Exactly. That too. All right, let's do another one. This time we'll do something slightly different. And I think this is like another attempt at trying to do what Glenn Mickelson did, but in a different way. And I could be wrong. I believe this is the Lou Tabery's sand eel fly. Or it could be another sand. This is just what I remember it as, maybe from the Lou Tabery's inshore fly fishing book. But we're going to be using like a plastic strip. I've seen sand eel flies tied with like strips of like straws, like where they cut a straw and they use that to help with the body and stuff like that. These are like old, like 70s, 80s sort of flies. So I have other colors. I think I should have a pearl. I don't know where it is. Let me take a look. I have a pearl. I have a pearl thin of body wrap. See, here's one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. I didn't put it back in the right spot. So, yes. We are going to use that this time, but we're not going to be wrapping it on top, even though that's going to look really nice. We're going to be using some plastic strips. Do I have an Instagram? Yeah, it's the same thing, South Shore Angler. It's the same thing. It's the same handle I have across all platforms. It's LI Flies Mike. Yeah. It would be nice to get multiple colors. Honestly, that's kind of like I feel like this is like a different take on a Mickelson fly. You could probably do that in pinks and olive and stuff and chartreuse like that. It'd probably look pretty cool. You might need to try that. It's like a much thicker strip, but I don't know. It's like it's just a different take on a Mickelson is all. We just replaced one material. Now, some other fly ties would maybe call that the McNipple Twist 5000, but it's just a what do you call it? A Mickelson's fly with a body braid as opposed to flash boo. All right. Let's get some more of that silver flash boo that I have copious amounts of. Yeah, no problem. I used to post a lot. I recently started posting more, but it's not like, I'm not posting all the time. But definitely, if you're not, go check it out. Maybe follow me on there. You know what I mean? I completely stopped using Facebook and stuff. I still use Instagram here and there just because I tie flies for a living and stuff as well as other stuff. But other than Twitch or YouTube, I don't really use a lot of social media, to be honest with you. It's pretty limited amount of social media usage. I just got resin on my arm. Let me clean this off. Also, I'm going to hit this bodkin with a light so I don't do that again. Little pro tip. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap our body braid on here. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We need to prepare our plastic strip. So this is, again, this is probably before we had UV resins and certain synthetic body materials. So people were probably thinking, how do I represent a sand eel and perhaps aid in getting the profile that I'm looking for without maybe using too much epoxy or something. I'm not really certain, but you'll see what we're doing here. It's also clear, so you can wrap down the material and it won't be you'll still be able to see through it. So I don't necessarily know what the thought process was behind this fly, but I used to tie them a while back when I only had like 1 or 2 books for fly tying, so I didn't know every bajillion striped bass patterns. But I literally cut a strip of plastic, and as you can see here, this is the Friday Fly giveaway stuff. I had bigger bags. I cut the tops off. Yeah, for scud shrimp, you could use, for instance, straws and stuff like that for shrimp flies as well. But I cut the top off, and instead of letting it go to waste, we're going to use it. So, hold on, let me just text. Working at 9 tomorrow. It's not bad. Okay, so we are going to put our body braid on now, and then we're going to essentially do what we did last time, where we took the blonde pattern and we wrapped it on top, essentially just a Mickelson. But this is slightly different. We're going to get a different result, but slightly. Okay, what is this? I'm not listening to this anymore. I don't know what that song was, but no thank you. All right, I'll wrap this body braid up here. Excuse me. And now we use some, let's go with something different this time. We used tan. We'll put that away. Let's use some like chartreuse. Or like this fluorescent yellow. Yeah, this is one of my favorite kind of sand eel colors. It was a little bit more of like a paler yellow. I had this really like pastel yellow, like a pale yellow. It was pale, but it was like a warm color. That was one of my favorite bucktails I ever had, and just a really cool color. And I that was like my favorite sand eel color. So this isn't exactly that. It's more like a chartreuse fluorescent yellow, if you will. It's a weird color. It's like a mix between chartreuse and yellow. It's like right in there. But that's fine. This will do good. We are going to use peacock curl again because I thought that looked really nice on sand eel flies. This is like, again, being a kid reading Lou Tabri's Inshore Fly Fishing before the age of internet fly tying stuff. These are the sort of sand eel flies I tied. Not necessarily, I would say, probably the most sexy looking flies, you know what I mean? But they certainly get the job done. So, okay, instead of, we're not leaving any gaps here. We're just completely wrapping this. I'm not pulling it as tight as I can. I'm trying to pull it, and I can adjust my tightness of how tight I pull it, and I can get a different body. You know what I mean? If I pull it too tight like this, you'll see it kind of sinks down in the back. So we're trying to leave it open somewhat. And I'm also supporting it with this hand. So this is a little tricky, but it seems like if I just hold it like that, it doesn't move. Otherwise, if I don't, it'll actually like move all the bucktail. So it seems like little tip here is you gotta support it with one hand as you wrap. And then what we'll do is I'll move it towards the front. Pull it tight. And then I guess you could technically just glue some eyes on here and be done. Right? Like now we essentially have like a ghetto surf candy. I wouldn't do that because I feel like after you catch a fish, the plastic would break off and then you have more plastic trash in the water. But we are going to glue some eyes on there, and then we're going to epoxy over it. And it kind of just adds a different sort of look to it. There is a glare right now, but you can see when we don't have the glare when I cover it because of the lighting. Just because it's hidden in that plastic bag. It does look kind of interesting. It does kind of slightly change the look of the fly. You can see there's one bucktail hair that got swept down, which is annoying, but that's okay. Let's glue it up. What am I wrapping it with? It's a piece of a plastic fly sleeve or bag. Literally all it is. I don't know what mil it is. I'd say it's like 3 mil, I think, or 2 mil, or what these fly sleeves are made out of. I'll glue some eyes on here. You know, I've tried using fly foils before, Craggerall, and I just didn't like them. You know? Hey, Gabe. Yeah, we're just we're tying some sand eels tonight. We're just messing around with some sand eels. By the way, we got the follower Friday fly giveaway exclamation mark plate. Hop on in there. That was my YouTube dash, but behind it, yeah, you can see the race. All right. We got our follower one first and subscriber one later. Let's go ahead and coat it with a very light coating. But yeah, I haven't used a lot of fly foils. I got some free ones that were not like the Bob Popovics ones. They were like, I forgot what company. They were like Hairline or like some other company's attempt at them. And I wasn't really impressed. And I'm kind of like a slightly, it's hard to say it because I love tying pop lips, but I'm kind of like a traditionalist almost in my fly tying. You know what I mean? That I like traditional surf candies and stuff like this, like epoxy flies. And putting the fly foils on there are cool, but it takes away some of like the, you know, the personal look of it. It just looks like a another fly foil fly. You know what I'm talking about? You can customize and stuff, but you're covering like half of the fly with like a pre-made thing. Which I guess it doesn't really matter if it catches fish, but I feel like it's not increasing the fish catching capabilities. Like, I feel like a surf candy is a surf candy, right? I feel like it's just whatever you like the look of. I might need to grab a snack when I'm downstairs. I'm getting hungry. I didn't stupidly did not eat any dinner before streaming, but put a little bit more resin on there. Making sure our body's looking pretty even, and then we'll hit it with some light. Yeah, we're doing some clamming tomorrow. Sunday I have Savage Worlds in the afternoon. Maybe I'll try and do some fishing on some. But Sunday's gonna be a bunch of people around. Should probably just go do some afternoon fishing after work one day. Fly foil fly. Oh God, fly foil fly. Is that how you say it though? Fly foil fly. It is fly foil fly. 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 Yeah, get wrecked. I didn't even think I could do it, but I did it. That was actually pretty good. That's a clap. It's a clap if I ever heard it. Everyone at home, try it now. Fly foil fly 10 times. See if you can do it. See if you got what it take to pass the fly foil fly challenge. See, we're just generating money for whatever company makes that stuff. I've just said that name like so many times. I'm like an advertising machine. All right, we'll put one more coat of resin on here. Very light, very light. Again, we're just filling all the nooks and crannies. I could go with thin, but sometimes just 2 coats of medium does the job. I got some like synthetic material on my bodkin, and it's screwing up my my flow here. My mojo. Just trying to get that body even on each side. Do the fish care? No. If it's significant, it may affect the actual way the fly sits in the water and swims. But this is like the fly foil fly. This is for us. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the people at Fly Foil Fly are like writing me a defamation lawsuit, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference, right? But this is what I always say. If you're confident in the fly that you tied or the fly that you bought, and you're confident fishing it, you're going to catch more fish because you're going to fish it harder and you're going to think less about changing your fly. That's one of the things that I always say. It's like, it doesn't matter, I think, half the time you put eyes on your fly for striped bass, right? But if it makes you more confident in your flies while fishing them, you're like, you pull it out of the box and you're like, ooh, baby. And you're looking at that thing and it's like, oh, the light's shining on it. You know, like the Jesus shafts are shining on that particular fly in your box. You're not gonna sit there and like second guess your fly choice, and you're gonna fish it like you mean it. So that's what I always say when it comes to little extra steps on your flies. But let's be honest with ourselves. Do the fish care? You know, if there's 3 extra pieces of orange bucktail blended in on the, you know, and you're like sitting there with like a palette, you know what I mean? Like with like a French baguette in one hand in the city of Paris. But we do that for ourselves. And, you know, which is fine. That's perfect. Now, there's certain levels of it, right? There's a difference between, like, tying a spoon to the end of your line with, like, a hook on it and, like, crafting a master crafted salmon fly. There's obviously, you know, an in-between. You certainly want to put some effort into your flies. Even though I've met a lot of the old-timers that are out fishing me half the time, they're whipping out their fly box. It's like a couple... I mean, it looks like they haven't learned how to tie any other flies since like 1950. They're like fishing Gibbs striper flies, and they're slamming them. It's a lot of times it's about how you present it. You know what I mean? That's one of the big things. That's like number one thing is presentation. After that can come size, profile. You know what I mean? Colors come down the line, but we should create like an order of importance and like cemented in stone. The LI Flies Mike fly tying checklist. You know what I mean? It definitely sounds like a waste of time though, because nobody. It just sounds like a fun idea. Does it sound actually usable when anyone uses it? No. So I'll just tell you. It's the profile. Presentation's number one important. Then it goes profile, like the length, the width, the shape. And you could squint your eyes at it. That's just imagine, right? We're not thinking about colors. So like the length, the width, the profile. And then we get into the colors and the bits and the eyes and the bobs and all the little extra snazzy stuff. You know what I mean? That we do to spice up our Instagram flies. But definitely most important thing is where that fly is in the water and how it's actually physically being presented. Just like trout fishing, right? It's all the same. It's just different stuff, but different techniques or this or that or places and flies. But if you're fishing your fly where there is no trout in the water column or whatnot or that bend, then you're not going to catch anything. So I came at trout fishing from a saltwater fly fishing standpoint. I just tied a size 10 dry fly. It's literally just your basic generic sort of dry fly where there's literally just a tail, a dubbing body, and spun hackle at the front. And I just tied it in olive. I didn't even know if there was olive like mayflies, or I didn't know what the bugs were called. And I just went with a 5-weight and I just looked for trout rising and then slowly started to catch them. And I was casting too far downstream. I didn't realize at the time you actually have to cast way farther upstream and they see it and they rise to it. And you have to wait, because if they come up and rise, let's say there's one fish, you need to wait a bit for them to come down and like settle back, you know? But So I just tied any sort of dry fly. I didn't know the colors or nothing, and I just went out there, and then I caught them. So I just literally only tied size 10 olive dry flies. I was like, yep, whatever. And it was just like no thought or care into imitating anything other than it just looks like a little bug floating. And I did so well with it. So, but it was funny. I didn't think about like trying to get the colors of the legs and this and that. I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, this looks like a little bug. It's on the right size hook. It's a dry fly. So let's just go. And a lot of times I would have to cast it like 30, 40 times. But after that 30th cast, that brook trout finally came up. Ate it. That was so cool. It was a lot of fun. Because, I mean, I read a lot about trout fishing and watched a lot, but I essentially was just like learning how to do it on the spot, you know, after saltwater fly fishing for so long. All right. So we tied some cool epoxy sand eels, and we'll probably tie a couple more. But that was interesting with that bag, by the way. This is what that looks like while it's finished. It's not the most glamorous thing because the plastic bag kind of definitely deafens or mutes the colors and stuff, but that is a older sand eel pattern. I like the one with the body braid wrapped on it though, so I think we're going to do another one of that maybe in some other colors with this pearl body braid. I like that. That's pretty nice. I'm going to re-spool this. We do have our Friday Fly giveaway going on here on Twitch. We have our follower race going on, so if you're a follower, if your marble's the first one in the pit, you're going to win some flies, and after this, we have the sub one. So we're probably going to do this here in a moment. I'm probably going to take a quick little break here soon, just take a break just for my back every once in a while, every hour and 15 minutes. I like to stand up, take a quick couple-minute break, play a little highlight video. So I'll come back and we'll tie a couple more sand eel patterns, maybe one more, and then we'll do our giveaway for the followers, and then we'll start up the sub one, and we leave that open. So, hey, the one true Morty, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, posture tech. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. How's it going, one true Morty? I hope you're doing well. What's going on, Junkie Monkey? How you doing? But thank you for the raid, Morty. Appreciate that. I hope you had a great stream. I don't know what you were doing, maybe some fishing or some IRL content or something. But welcome everybody. We're doing some fly tying right now. My name's Mike. Live out here on Eastern Long Island. We do a lot of saltwater fly tying and fly fishing for like striped bass, bluefish. And I tie a lot of flies for local businesses as well as private orders and stuff like that. So skunk tonight on the Artist Lake. Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you again for the raid. Everyone from my channel, go click on One True Morty's name and give him a follow. Thank you again. Appreciate that. Well, I hope you had a great stream, though, at least. If you go back and look at any of my past fishing streams from like a month ago, I got skunked as well. So we caught striped bass early in the year. We did great, and then it just died off. They're all out in the ocean, but thank you again for the raid. And for anyone that doesn't know, if you're following the channel here on Twitch, all you got to do is type !play. You can do it without following the channel, but you won't be eligible to win some cool flies that were tied here tonight. So if you're following the channel, we have our follower race, !play. You can hop in the marble race. First follower marble to land in the pit is going to win some flies. And then we have our subscriber race that we do every month. So type !play if you want. You want to hop in there. But we generally send like 1 or 2 flies that were tied on the stream over the course of the month and send that out to you folks as a way of saying thank you for supporting the channel, either just by watching or, with Twitch Primes or whatever, and take your time out of your day. So, hey, Peekabaz, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going good. But thank you again, One True Morty. Appreciate that for the raid. Thank you again. All right. In fact, if some of you folks are new here, that's the sound of an empty Guinness, so I'm going to need to go fix that. But if some of you folks are new here, maybe you don't know what northeast saltwater fly fishing looks like? Well, we're going to show you. We're going to play our little Albie highlight here. I'm just going to get up and stretch my back. It's starting to get a little bunched up here. And when we come back, we're going to tie another fly or two, do our giveaway, open up the next giveaway, and keep tying. So appreciate it. But we're going to play our Albie highlight here real quick. It's a couple minutes long, and I'm just going to go grab another drink and stretch my back real quick. So, hey, Stefan, how's it going? Or Steven, I'm sorry. Hello from Wanta. Hey, hello. How you doing, fellow Long Islander? I hope you're doing well. Hope your summer's been going good out there. But yeah, we're just going to take a quick little break. I'm just going to grab another drink, and when we get back, we're going to be doing our follower giveaway here on Twitch in a little bit, and then our sub one. But we got more sand eel flies to tie. Just give me 1 second, folks. I'm just going to go grab a drink real quick, all right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Stay tight, all right? Yeah, keep it tight. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he did. Knuckle buster. Are you good? Do you need me to do anything?
Yeah, I might need a ride. Yes.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna turn now.
I'm gonna try and get on the bow.
Yeah, get on the bow. All right, you're doing good. Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna move us away.
Is that a little one?
No, that's a nice one.
Oh, let's go!
Come here, hold next to our alley. Good job.
That's sick.
All right. Nice.
Let's go! Albie slap!
Good job, kid.
Yee.
Looking down the barrel of a 12 gauge little toonie, bro. On the alligator too.
Oh my god, dude!
What the fuck? Woohoo! Oh my God. Yep. Oh my God! I gotta turn the boat so I can cast. Oh my God, dude! Alright, get back to catching it, Diego. Alright. Man, I say it every time, but that Albie video gets me excited every time we watch it. That's right there is what fly fishing in the Northeast is all about, man. I love it. It's my favorite. But yeah, there's definitely fish in the bay, but I think early in the year this year, you know, every year I catch quite a lot of fish in the bay in the spring, you know, like early, late spring, even during the summer. Excuse me. But this year, I don't know, it's been strange. I think a lot of the fish just haven't come in because there's so much bait out in the ocean. Also, we had an issue with Baitfish. I do here and there. I help commercial fishermen pack bait like spearing and stuff like that. And there just hasn't been a lot of spearing coming in the bay or bunker as well. So it could be something in the water for all we know. But I don't. It's not like there's no fish in the bay or something. But there's definitely a lack of usual striper fishing. But it seems like the ocean's doing really good right now. Okay. By the way, we have our Friday Fly giveaway open. Exclamation mark play. Hop in there. We have our follower one going on right now. We're going to probably do that here in a little bit. We're probably going to tie one more sand eel fly. We'll do that marble race, and then we'll start the subscriber one. Here in the Western Sound, porgies are crazy late. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know, Devin. It could just be, you know, temperature changes in the water and stuff like that, or changing algae flow and blooms, and migratory patterns of bait fish are changing. Like, I don't know. Or it could just be, you know, one thing you learn, this is what I've learned from commercial fishing, is that, or clamming, is this stuff is very cyclical, right? Now, in the fishing in the past, though, like, I would always catch fish in the back bay, like in May and stuff. And this year, after it was like April 23rd, we stopped catching any fish in the bay. And we were going fishing like every day in all the usual spots. So I don't know, so it could be just like a cyclical pattern where the bunker have bumped back after regulation changes in Virginia. Now there's all these bunker, just like literally multi-million pound schools, 100,000 pound, 10,000 pound schools dotting every 100 yards down the beach here in Long Island. I mean, we go out in the ocean, I mean, it's just crazy how many bunker there are. So the fish are just chilling, maybe eating bunker out in the ocean. I mean, I don't know. But it's interesting. That being said, it sucks not catching a lot of fish, but for a shore fisherman, aka my boat is broken and I'm too broke to fix it at the moment. If I had a boat right now, I'd probably have no problem. We go out in the ocean, do a lot of fishing, but my usual shore hunting spots, they've been pretty hit or miss this year. Oh, you're going to be in Martha's Vineyard the last week of September? Oh, man. Hoping the bait, yeah, is close. Yeah. I know that, let's see, last week of September, I mean, that's like Albie territory, right? We're talking Benito and Albies at that point. Yo, Ice Reaper, what's going on? How you doing? How did your, I saw you in the War Games Live chat, but how did your, didn't you end up going to a tournament or something? Right? Or didn't you say, oh, yeah, you dealt with like a dude cheating or something, wasn't that? I hope everything's been going good in the Warhammer front. I forgot. But hopefully your games have been going good. I've seen guys on Holiday on Prince Edward Island slaying fish, and further north of you guys. What is it that is like? You said, no, I'm Doc. There's you dealt with two cheaters. They both got DQ'd. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm slowly building up my Blood Angels army to eventually be able to go to some tournaments, because I'm a pretty big 3D printer go burr sort of guy. You know what I mean? Pretty much all of my stuff. So slowly. But that being said, check this out. I showed chat earlier, but do you know Tyranids at all? You know Tyranids, right? Now, this isn't perfect, right? But this is made from a couple leftover bits from the Combat Patrol from Tyranids and a dollar store kid's toy. But tell me, this kind of looks like an Exocrine, no? And even check this out. I made it blind, and I put a Tyranid Warriors. This is like leftover bits from the Tyranid Warriors. And I put his head on this, like, it was perfect. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to make an Exocrine for $1 with the leftover. And I custom modeled it with green stuff. And then I just Zenithal highlighted it, and I hit it with the airbrush with this flesh color. And then I'm going to dry brush and paint it in the Tyranid colors and stuff. Because I have Tyranid models. Because I stupidly bought a Combat Patrol of them. And then I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't I should have bought my Blood Angels, but I was kind of just getting into miniatures back then. Anyways, enough of that. Let's keep fly time. We're actually going to play tomorrow. We're going to be using a clock because the game we played the other day went way too long. So Blood Angels versus, my buddy plays guard, and I've come to pretty much hate the guard. But I'm happy that they're only hitting on 4s with basilisks and mortar teams now, because he kind of had that parking lot guard thing going on, and it was pretty rough because I'm not a very good player. But I literally was keeping like the majority of my Blood Angels off the board because they were just dying to artillery before I got to do anything. I was like, I hate it. These are the Emperor's chosen. They're dying to your damn basilisks. Nah, but we've been having fun. It's been a good time. But Doc, what I was talking about is, yeah, that's a separate thing. That's like a whole. So up above New York and Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Maine, up in Canada there, striped bass have had their own sort of, over the years, they've kind of started their own population up there. I don't know if they started it or if they got introduced or what. I'm not actually necessarily 100% certain. But now that population of striped bass up in Canada and like New Brunswick and stuff has exploded to crazy levels, and it seems like it's rivaling certain areas here in like New York and like whatnot. The fishery's amazing. So I don't know if that's partially due to whatnot, temperature changes, but it also could be that they've just slowly kind of gotten a stronghold there, and it's perfect. Like the rivers there and whatnot are perfect for. I saw somebody give a presentation at this. We were like, quote unquote, guiding for the salty fly rotters of New York or something. I think it was salty fly rotters, I want to say. And they were like, hey, you want to come? And we're like, sure. And we were eating, and they were giving presentations at a dinner. And this guy was talking about fishing in New Brunswick and in Canada. And the rivers there are perfect for spawning for striped bass. It's like the perfect substrate and medium, the amount of water flow, the salinity to freshwater mix. You know what I mean? Everything needs to be perfect. And it's apparently it's like fantastic habitat. And the other thing is they hate them up there because they're just eating all the salmon fry and stuff like that. But apparently it's really good fishing up there. And I remember years ago we had somebody who lived up there that watched the stream, and they were talking about that. I mean, they're catching like trophy-sized bass up there pretty regularly. Like you can go catch 20, 30 pounders like it's nothing. It's almost like annoying, you know. But apparently it's a pretty amazing fishery. Now what I would hope is that one day that fishery links up. I don't know if they do. Like, do they commingle? That population of striped bass, do they commingle with the Chesapeake and the Hudson River Bay or the Hudson River striped bass? But I would hope that they can form a gigantic chain of migratory fish and restore the population. They might already at the moment. I don't necessarily know how it works. I'm not super skilled in it or knowledgeable in it, so pardon my ignorance on the subject. I'm pretty certain though they're separate, like Jin was saying. But yeah, it was very cool. I saw somebody give a presentation on it. It was very interesting. I would definitely like to go up there and fish one day, but I mean, traveling that far to go straight bass fishing is one. Hopefully we never get that far that we need to go up to Canada to catch straight bass. We're going to be in dire straits then. All right. Yeah, we're going to go pink on this one. But yeah, we've been having fun. My buddy went to the Warhammer tournament in Atlantic City, and I was watching War Games Live and all that, and I was like, all right. I'll come with you next time to Atlantic City or whatever, because we pretty much only play each other, and it'd probably be nice to play against some other armies. But he told me it was like a test of mental and physical fortitude, playing 3 games in one day like that. So I don't know about that. That's my one. I might just go and just play pickup games. I don't know about playing 3-hour games. It sounds like a lot, but come to NC. There you go. You never know. That sounds better. He wants to go to Las Vegas. I'm like, dude, I'm not flying to Las Vegas to play Warhammer. I'm broke. Atlantic City's one thing because it was close. All right. Let's go ahead and tie the same one we did last time. This time we're going to be using Pearl. Necrons are just bad. Are you saying that because you don't like playing them, or you have Necrons? I've never played Necrons. I will say, him bringing back 20 blobs or 20-man blobs of Khazarkin or whatever every turn was so annoying too. Thank God. But you know, he's just my buddy's really good at Warhammer, at Magic, so he just beats me a lot. But my disdain for the Guard has grown, and they're just poor humans trying to survive in Warhammer, and I'm like, die, Guard, die. 10k Necrons, nice, very cool. Yeah, I've only played against Guard in 40k. I think yeah. I played against Blood Angels early in the day in low points because my buddy was using my armies before he got his Guard. But yeah, so that is one thing I'm looking forward to. We should probably just go to the game store as well and see if they do a game night. But we're also getting other people into the game and like offering to help print armies and give them models and stuff. So we have some friends that were getting into Warhammer as well, that also collect minis but don't play and stuff, you know what I mean? Alright. Enough Warhammer talk. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Talking about exocrines and stuff. See, the tricky thing about this is the last one came out really good. Let's see if we can. Problem is, if you tighten it in the back, you kind of need to keep it tight in the front. Otherwise, you're going to end up with like a hump on it. So we're just going to keep that same level of tautness, if you will, or how tight it is. All right, looking good. We can put some eyes on there. Yeah, this is interesting because we don't put the body braid on the bottom, but you don't really see the exposed, and we're using mono thread, so you don't really see like the exposed hook shank on the bottom or anything. And you get much thicker stripes or bands. I don't know. It's interesting. It's just a different way to tie a Mickelson, which I kind of like. But just another variation of a surf candy. Same fly that's going to be thrown to striped bass and albies all over the place in the fall. Let me get this. I don't know what this is. There's like some sort of synthetic material on here. This is looking a little crazy, but this is what a commercial fly tier's resin bottle looks like. Could be a lot worse. Oh. You know what would help? Probably some eyes. So, for instance, I'm not going to put any super glue on here. And let's see if these eyes lift off. They might not. You'll see why I do the super glue trick. And then wonder why I have super glue all over my hands. So, watch. Probably will stay perfectly adhered as I'm trying to make a point, but that's okay. Yeah, one thing I love about Mickelson's, once you, like, the flash blue looks cool, but uncoated, it doesn't really pop. Once you hit it with resin, just the way that the light, like, hits the resin and reflects off the flash, it's so much more vibrant. So I don't blame an albie for getting tricked by surf candy, because they really are just... I mean, I say surf candy when I'm talking about Mickelson's, but you get what I'm saying. A lot of times I use surf candies as almost a generic term for epoxy flies. It's probably not the right thing to do, but there's only so many ways you can put epoxy or UV resin on a fly and make a baitfish pattern without it just ending up being a surf candy or a Mickelson fly. Now, I will say I would say this is different enough it's much more different than a surf candy. And I got to give credit to Mickelson, because Glenn Mickelson, he literally just took a blonde and then took a single piece of flash, probably, off the back, and then wrapped it forward and created a fly that's different enough to where you can't argue that this is just its own thing, you know what I mean? Which is, I gotta say, genius. I'm assuming that's what happened. Did I miss the shindig? No, Carnes. We got the follower giveaway going right now. Hop on in there. ! Play. I've left it open. Once we get this fly done, you came at the right time. We're gonna pop it. We're gonna run that marble race. And we're going to try and do it without marble music, because I might get rid of Epidemic Sound just because it's costing me so much money. So I'm just going to have to really up the radio announcer shindig. Oh, yeah, you guys are in there. Don't worry, Tony. You're in there. Yep, there's Carnes. And if you haven't, by the way, we got some folks watching, thanks to the gracious raids that we had earlier. But if you're following the channel, all you got to be doing is following here on Twitch, ! Play. Now, for you folks on YouTube, by the way, don't feel left out. I do plan on figuring out a way of incorporating you folks as well, because unfortunately, this marble race is essentially a game on the Steam platform for computers. For any of you that... I say that because there might be some folks that don't play video games and stuff, right? Here that watch me on YouTube. We have some older audiences. So... it only has it only works with the Twitch platform. It doesn't have third-party integration for YouTube. So I'm trying to figure out something. But so I know you may feel left out, but we're more than likely next month we're gonna have something figured out for that. But I do appreciate it. We've been doing these for a long time here on Twitch. So, but hey, Rabid Penguin, is that a striped bass in your? Yeah, it is. That's a striped bass in your profile pic. Very cool. Welcome. I feel so old that I'm clueless over these marble games. Yeah, I know, Jay. See, at first, like, And then I looked at my analytics on YouTube. I'm like, okay, maybe I should explain some of this stuff sometimes because you folks may not know what Steam is. It's like there's like, because it's funny. I work with somebody that's like, that's like 10 years younger than me, and I don't even understand him half the time. So with some of the stuff, he's much more normal. He's good, but I would imagine I'm already sounding like an old man these days because I'm already like, what? I don't get your generation. You know? So I'll try to explain when I'm like, when we're playing our marble race on Twitch, you're like, what? How you doing, Jay? Hope everything's going well. Yeah, buddy. Well, thank you for joining us, Rabbit. Good luck on the marble race. No problem. Is it pronounced Steven or is it Steph? I'm assuming it's Steven, right? And not Stefan or whatever. Or Stefan. Stefan. Definitely not Stefan. Even though Stefan sounds... Steven's cool too. Or Stefan. Whatever your name is. But Stefan sounds cooler. I wish my name was Stefan. It's Michael. Pfft. Steve, okay, yes. I'm going to call you Steve then. Every once in a while it tricks me that you can spell Steve with a PH. Like they just threw that in there for fun. They were like, you know what? PH. Let's just throw that in there. And we'll see if they can spell their name. It's just, when you're like an elementary school kid, you're probably like, wait, there's a PH? What? How does that... Stefan does sound fancy. It does. It sounds like some sort of like fly tying model. He's like holding the flies for hairline on a creek or something. Like sitting on like a drift boat or something, like holding the flies. Oh, God. Have you any success with a preacher jig? I have no idea what that is. And you know what I'm talking. I'm talking about like one of those fireman calendars they used to do. He's like sitting on a drift boat with like a sex dungeon fly. I have to put fly in there because you gotta love it. By the way, what's going on, Rez? I hope you're doing well, dude. Yo,
Bring
Jen.
out your marbles.
Bring out the marbles. Oh, they're out, and we're about to let them roll. I'm looking up what a preacher jig's called. Hold on. What's a preacher jig? Oh, you're just talking about a regular bucktail? But not a regular bucktail, a fancy bucktail, if you ask me. It's pretty interesting. It looks like it has synthetic material off the back, and then it's a bucktail jig. Yeah, it looks sick. I don't know. I don't fish with jigs. But it looks like a fly, right? No, but it has hair, Stan, from the looks of it. It has hair, but it also has synthetic material off the back, so you're increasing the length of it. I love it. I used to tie fancy bucktails and sell them down at the bridge. I used to tie these really long, like hollow fly, beast fly, bunker on like 3-ounce jigs. And guys at the bridge would just like, I'll give you $20 for that. So I just started braiding them and selling them to guys at the bridge. But I love that. That looks great. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're talking to a fly guy, but that to me looks great. Whoa! But we do have, everybody give it up, Rev with the 5 gift memberships on YouTube. Thank you so much, Rev. That is way too kind. But much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Everybody, put some LF Flies hearts in the Twitch chat for Rev. Or if you're watching on YouTube and you got gifted a membership, then you can put some emotes in the chat. What is going on with our bitrate, though? Bear with us. It looks like our bitrate's dropping here, so hang on. I think Optimum can tell that we're doing a marble race here soon, and they're trying to sabotage us, so we just got to hold strong. Hold the line! We should be good here in a sec, all right? You can always refresh if you need to. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Optimum knew that we had a marble race coming up soon, and they wanted to sabotage it, but they can't. Our lawn battle, our lawn feud with Optimum. 64 months, yes. Yes, Rabbit. How long have you been doing this? Let's find out. I think it's 6 years. Over 6 years we've been an affiliate. I'm just going to type A. I'll click on my name because I'm on PC, so I can... It says... I've been subbed for 71 months. So that's how long we've been monetized on Twitch. But I've been streaming probably around like 2019-ish or something, or 2018 at some point. We started streaming. Yeah, it's been a while. I barely streamed like last year because I was like commercially clamming. We were kind of getting back into it. We've had little dips because there was a time where I was just streaming and fly tying, so I was just doing that for a living. Broke as hell, but having fun and streaming all the time and fishing. And then I was like, all right, I got to get my shit together. So now I'm commercial clamming and whatnot and fishing, but we still try and stream. So we're trying to find a nice balance. We're getting back into it. By the way, for everyone just tuning in, we're getting back into a schedule. So we are going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at around 2:30, around 3, because we get done clamming after a certain point. But so give myself a little bit of time. You caught a random worm hatch. Yes, that was a great stream. I love that one. It seems like my bitrate is really suffering right now, so let's just hang out for a sec because we got to do this marble race here. And for those of you that don't know what that means, my bitrate is like my upload through the streaming program, and when I have a bad connection, it drops to red, and right now we're in the red. So we just got to hang out for a sec so that way... I don't know what's going on with it, though. It's, there we go. There's multiple reasons. It could be squirrels biting the lines. It could be a bunch of people are on their iPads right now playing Candy Crush in the neighborhood. It could be Twitch. It could be Optimum knows that I'm doing the marble race like we talked about. They watch, they sabotage. We figured it out over the years. By the way, I'm joking. Like, Optimum's going to sue me one day for saying that. Optimum's the internet provider around here. It just sucks in my area. But by the way, thank you again, though, Rev. The gift membership's going out. I was interrupted by Optimum rudely. The gift membership's going out to Joe F., Bondwater Milkshake, Daniel, Slim Thunder, and D-Bro. Send Jerry out with the BB gun. I know. We're going to have to keep him out there on watch. All right. I think we should do our marble race. I hope the bitrate stays good, but I would like to do this because if we are starting to have issues, we got to get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? So, let us proceed. If you're not already, !play in the chat on Twitch. You can hop into the follower giveaway for all you YouTube folks. We're going to be figuring out, we're probably going to fade out the marble giveaway, unfortunately, as much fun as it is. And we're going to incorporate our YouTube members and Twitch subs and figure out a way, maybe a random name generator or something. Maybe we could still do some marble races for fun or something every once in a while, but or once a month. But hop on in there, !play, and somebody's gonna be winning some flies. We got some folks in there. All you got to be doing is following. Hey, Leans, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. And like I said, we have AR, Gin, Banana, Craggerroll, and Master. Your flies are going out in the mail tomorrow. And Mr. Lima as well. Somebody graciously offered to pay for the shipping, and I was like, nah, you're right. Well, let's send this fly to Lima, and let's see what he can do with it. But !play if you want to hop in there on Twitch. And we're going to get this ball rolling. So we're going to be definitely tying some more sand eel stuff. I'm thinking maybe we move away from the epoxy or the resin, but I have been enjoying it. So maybe we'll incorporate some easy body braid or something like that on the next couple of flies here. All right, let's get this thing started. Good luck. The first marble in the pit, excluding Li Flies Mike right there in the corner, is going to be winning some flies as long as you're following the channel, and I believe everybody is. And I don't think I've ever checked. So you just really got to land in the pit The subscriber one, you got to be a sub here on Twitch, but I've never enforced the follower thing. I just put it in there. Maybe follow the channel. It's fine. That being said, I'm going to check this time. All right? But good luck, everybody, all right? Usually I play some sort of crazy music, but this time we're going pure announcer style. All right, here we go. So we have the start here. It looks like we're on some sort of RGB lighting marble racetrack provided to us by Razer. Next time you need to get a mice or a mouse or a keypad or a keyboard, what do they call it nowadays? Go to Razer and check it out because we got RGB lighting. But we're coming down, approaching the first section here. Hot out of the gate. We got Gin, it looks like. Gin going on the right here. We got Leans and Brew and Mojo. Brew Mojo, I'm sorry. We got Southern Fly Guy and Leans on the right, but Gin hitting the boosters. It looks like he's approaching, I don't know, probably a good 93 miles an hour. Looks like we got Tony right behind him, though. Hot on his tail with Gabe. It's a different... Oh, we got Peekaboos going in the bottom section. We'll see if that pays off. That might cut him off a couple seconds in the long run, but he's not getting any of the sonic speed boosters. So we'll see how it goes. Now, this looks like to me when they're doing the lottery and they're pulling out the things. Remember there was that movie with John Travolta where they like rigged the lottery? So there was that. But Peekaboos, it looks like it's paying off for him. That bottom approach, he was lucky enough to make the landing. It seems like he's caught back up with the pack, but it looks like we got Brew off on the left here, Tony on the right, and Jin as well. Jin in the lead so far, holding straight. If we're going to see, we got pegs. Is anyone getting pegged? Nobody's gotten pegged yet. That's one of our favorite. We need a get pegged emote, probably. But everything's looking good. It's been a clean marble race so far. There's no blood on the track. Southern Fly Guy, though, out in the lead now, but Doc's saying, nah, not today. Hitting the Guinness boosters. And it looks like Doc, oh, we're already near the end. Doc approaching, and with his longtime veteran status of marble racing here on the channel, give it up, everybody, for the Irish fly fishing world champion in 2013, Doc. Give it up. The Irish world champion, because it's the World Championships of Ireland, just for Irish people. All right. Congratulations, Doc, with the steal there at the end. It was looking like it was Jin's race. Southern Fly Guy hit the speed booster, but a little too early, and Doc he got the chicane, and something like that. Something about chicanes. He hit it hard. All right, what do we got next? Congratulations, Doc. Let me write you down there for the follower giveaway. That means you're not eligible for the sub giveaway. But you can still enter, as you know, and you will, and maybe you can knock Gin or Brew or, Rabbit Penguin's marble off. So that's why I join every time, is hoping maybe I can, send one of you guys flying off. But congratulations, Doc, on the June Friday Fly giveaway. And let's get the next one going for the subscriber race. For the paid subs here on Twitch that help, support the channel here. You get a second chance. So what are we going to find? Robotic Roadway. I like it. Perfect. If you're not a subscriber, though, a paid sub here on Twitch, that's fine. You can hop in there, too, because it's a good way to get your marble practice in. We have marble polishing stations down at the bar. Sandpaper, Mother's marble polish, wax, all that. So you can feel free to use the free services of Jerry's marble polishing station down at the bar. But we're going to get back to fly time here. All right. That'll be open. Exclamation mark play for the sub giveaway. All right. Yes, GG's. Congratulations, Doc. We're going to tie a couple more flies here. And then we are going to run that sub giveaway. So, and like I said, I was stupid enough to not eat any dinner before starting the stream. And I had pita with some hummus. Very good, by the way. Homemade hummus my dad made. But now I'm like, okay, I probably should have ate something beforehand. We're getting that midstream hunger, so I need to fight it off. It's a mental battle every time. Use the stairs for the non-subs. Yeah, you don't get to use the elevator. I forgot. That's another benefit if you're a sub or a member on YouTube. The members on YouTube also get the elevator access. I forgot there was an elevator. I think I had like a scene of an elevator where I would get out of the elevator or something. Or no, I never got that far. But I definitely had an elevator, and there was multiple levels of the LI Flies Mike Lounge. There was the storefront, the bar, the hookah lounge, and I think that was it. It was a 3-story building before we got evicted. Okay, this is all sarcasm, by the way, for anybody watching on YouTube that doesn't get the bit. It was all green screened, but it was fun. What was the name of the lady that worked downstairs? Kathy or something? I don't know. I've been streaming for so long that we've gone through multiple levels of deep lore that I've completely forgotten about it. Like, we had a whole additional cast of characters. It wasn't until long ago that I remembered that, definitely wheelchair friendly. It wasn't until long ago that I remembered that Manny was the bartender before Jerry. Yep, it was Manny. And then he got kicked out. He was gone. They sent him back to Puerto Rico for illegally catching too many bluefish. And then we found Jerry. And then Little Peacock got sent to the Shadow Realm, which was my rapper alter ego. He got caught by the Federales for importing illegal emu eggs. And then I banished him to the Shadow Realm via guitar solo with Mike Ross. You don't know Mike Ross. Mike Ross sounds like what it sounds like. It's me with a wig looking like, and it's tying flies like Bob Ross. I mean, not me in a wig. It's a real person, Mike Ross. I mean, that's not a bit. He's in Mexico right now on vacation in a jail somewhere, but he'll be back. He drank too much tequila, but definitely a real person though. That's like Santa. You can't break that bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, we did a lot of crazy shit over the years here on Twitch. It's been a ride. But now we're on YouTube too. So, whatever that means. Watch out. That probably means a lot less crazy stuff, because I'm not putting that on YouTube to be forever mortalized in a video. Because let's be honest, it's very rare people watch Twitch VODs, and if it is, you're probably more than likely going to watch the stream anyway. So on YouTube, there'll be people that don't watch streams or anything that'll watch the fly tying stream and be like, oh, and they're probably like, man, this guy talks about Warhammer too much or something. But so we've done so many random things over the years. I don't know if it would be as what do you call it? It would be as receptive as well on YouTube. You never know, maybe. No, Doc. I mean, listen, we're gonna be doing that. So, but you fair and square. You what do you call it? You won those. So no worries, my friend. We'll send that to you. But yes, we're gonna figure that out next time for YouTube as well. So I need to figure out how we do these giveaways in a way that I don't like have to look at everybody's name and do this or whatever. I need to find a way that I can maybe with a integration of some sort or something. But I'm gonna look into it. So, but thank you. That is very kind of you to offer that. All right, let's go with a little chartreuse. But you did win those fair and square. But you were very right. Some folks were nice enough to do that last time, but I feel bad. You've been supporting the channel for so many years and whatnot, and you have won some flies over the years because we've been doing this for a while. But you deserve them, Doc. So we'll figure it out for next time. I don't want to leave out the folks on YouTube. So. And I really don't want to force people. I'm not forcing anybody, but I don't want to incentivize people to go from one platform or the other. And Not allowed to on Twitch, so I need to be careful. I can't essentially. I need to be careful because I don't even know if I'm allowed to do a giveaway. I can, but I can't do one like if the marble race did allow me to stream to work on YouTube. I don't think I'm technically allowed to do it on Twitch because I'm not allowed to use third-party integration of YouTube and Twitch and show the users on stream or like the chat, for instance. I'm not allowed to show multi-chat between the two. It violates Twitch terms of service because they don't want people to go to YouTube. So I need to figure out how to do it and not get banned on Twitch because they'll ban me in a second. They don't give two craps about me. Better not show any butt crack on Twitch if you're a small streamer like me, or guy I should say. They'll ban you in 2 seconds. You pull them pants up high while we're albie fishing, all right, Jerry? Good. I remember having as what do you call it? What's his name now? Ron Cleveland Outdoors, because he got banned originally for his name, which was I don't even know. What was it? Redneck Outdoors or whatever. And I think his buddy was like a bigger dude, and they were fishing, and he bent over to pick something up, and a little bit of his butt crack got shown, and he got banned for like 2 weeks or something. So ever since then, every time we go fishing or on my boat and shit, I'm super paranoid about accidental ass crack being shown, because you can get banned on Twitch for that if you're not extremely attractive and in a hot tub. You know what I mean? But so that was interesting. So that's always on the back of my mind. We're fishing in my boat. It never, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. You had one too many Guinnesses the night before, next thing you know, you're a couple pounds heavier and your butt crack shows. Banned. How often do you worry about your butt crack showing while fishing? Maybe you do. Oh, God. I need to eat something. I'm like starting to hallucinate. All right, let's get some eyes on here. But yeah, that is... I gotta say, I enjoy it personally. I enjoy fishing and streaming because I've kind of gotten used to it over the years. It's fun, too. Just like, chatting with everybody while I'm fishing, because it's not every day that we get 30 straight bass blowing up in front of you could sit there, and sometimes, you get the dull moment. So it is fun kind of streaming and whatnot. But there's also a whole bunch of other stuff that goes along with it. Like actually trying to interact with the chat and worry about where the camera is and not get everything wet and not show your butt crack. There's a lot that goes into it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's put some resin on here. Happens to the best of us, though. You know what I mean? Not butt crack talk, though. That being said, we'll figure out the giveaway thing. I like how we went from trying to figure out how to do giveaways on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time to talking about butt cracks. Well, it's a pretty easy transition, honestly. A cyber outlaw. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to put that in my title or my description on YouTube. Here we offer a mix of fly tying and fly fishing videos. Also, I've been labeled as a cyber outlaw, or I've been known. I shouldn't be labeled because then it sounds like I'm like on the run from like a government organization. But I've been known. Then it sounds like they talk about me in the streets of Cybertown or something. I like it. I'm picturing, when you say that, I'm picturing the Kellamore from Gene Stealers. I don't know why. But because I watched a battle report recently. It was like this dude with like a cowboy hat. And I'm with Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element. Now look at this. This is annoying. Every once in a while when you have a little too much resin, I'm going to zoom in here. I was slacking. They caught me slacking. It actually ran away from the light. So here's what happens. There's too much resin on the fly. I put a little too much. It happens to the best of us, like butt cracks. And I hit it with the light. And what happened is the resin physically moved away from the light. It flowed away from the light where it hardened and is pushing away in liquid form. It's interesting. I'm unscientifically going to compare it to lava. You know what I mean? How it's like, as it's hardening, it's like flowing out. That's kind of what it's like. So what we're going to do is, because I have my little hobby tool, and over the years, this is my trick, right? Let's say I'm tying a bunch of commercial flies and like one fly I screw up where there's a little bit of resin. What I do is you close your eyes when you do this. But I'm actually, oh, and that actually kind of looks wet in there. So I'm going to hit that a little bit longer. I take like either my scissors or I use these for cutting miniatures off sprues and stuff. You can get these, they're just little nippers. You can actually just nip the resin, and if you've cured it enough, it shouldn't shatter or anything like that. And you can cut it, and then when you put, the cool thing is, anytime you, essentially take like a razor blade or something like that, or like scissors, and you cut the resin like that, you can actually just cover it with resin again, and you don't even see any of the scars, the damage. So that's a cool little trick. It's pretty easy to actually repair these flies. But once they get pretty broken up, they're almost just done at that point. But so I'm just going to put this like this. I'm going to close my eyes and cover it at the same time and just cut it like that. Now that was a little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. We're going to fill it in. And now we don't have that crazy chunk flowing out. And now when I used to do, I mean, I still do a bunch, but when I have big batches of surf candies, every once in a while you screw up. And instead of having to like tie it over, it's not like doing anything to the structural integrity of the fly. We're essentially just taking a small strip off. That was a little bit more than usual. We just kind of, I used to do it specifically with a razor blade. The razor blade I would use for trimming deer hair. We'll try and be a little bit more careful. So that is one that you got to be careful. It's one of the downsides of, I don't do it very often. That's a good example of when you have too much resin and how it can react to the light. You'll find it actually just essentially runs away or moves away from the light. Or flows away from the light, I should say. It's really interesting. I'm sure there's some sort of chemical process that's going on as the resin hardens when it's hit with UV light. And there's probably a word, some sort of word, chemistry-related word or term to describe the effect of that resin moving away from the light, but I don't know. It's it's a good thing I did that. And now you see, there's virtually, you can't see where you cut into it once you hit it with the resin. That eye is pushed out a little bit, but I could always hit it with one more coat here after doing that, just to fill in any little gaps. And I'm going to go pretty light on this one because we're not trying to build up too much of this resin here. All right. Usually once I do the final coat, even if it's really light, I like to make sure I just try to coat every single square inch of the body, and then I let it rest for a second. And a lot of times that resin will kind of flow and move, and it'll naturally, especially if you slowly every once in a while turn it, it'll kind of flow around and it'll fill the gaps. So instead of just hitting it with the light right away, I'll just wait a second or two, and you'll find that it'll kind of work its way and do its own thing. And I'm not waiting for it to like flow all the way to the other side. These are all just the little imperfections of right around where the resin was applied. You know, it'll find these little imperfections and kind of settle in it. And then it'll settle in general and form a nice even body. And do you need to do all this? Not necessarily. We do want a coat or two, you know, because we are trying to create a durable enough fly that it's going to last a while, right? But to get a perfectly even body, I mean, it's not even, there's no, the fish don't care, right? There is a word. Oh, here we go. Okay, nice. The curing process creates a strong, durable material that can only be used for various applications. Okay, yeah. That sounds like a description. UV light is used to initiate the curing process by activating the activating the photoinitiatorsin. No, okay. You just didn't put a space because it was a paragraph, and it's not your fault. Activating the photo initiator in the resin. Photo initiators. Gotcha. So there's photo initiators in the resin that, when exposed to UV light, then harden and heat up, I'm assuming. The strength of the UV light and the length of time the resin is exposed to it will determine how quickly the resin cures. Oh, interesting. I thought different UV resins cure on different light spectrums, because I've heard that certain lights don't work as well for fly tying resin as opposed to nail polish resin, which is what they use in nail salons. I'm curious how that works. I wonder if it's just light intensity from UV light, because there is spectrums of UV light, right? Hey Bino, how's it going, dude? I hope you're doing well, man. Long time no see. How's everything going? I hope you're doing good. My buddy was just asking me the other day. He's like, "Man, we should play some Rust or something like that." And I was thinking about all the Rust memories. I met Bino here in Sequitia's Rust server years ago. But I hope you're doing well, dude. Appreciate you stopping by, checking in. I don't know why my nose is running right now, but all right. Let us continue tying, or let's tie another fly here or two, and then we'll do our subscriber race here. I'm starting to get a little hungry, but like I said, we are kind of going back to adopting a schedule here on Twitch and YouTube for live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 2:33, because I usually go clamming at 8 or 9 o'clock, and I usually get back around like around 12:30, so it gives me time to eat, and like I gotta hang out for a little bit because I'm just getting cooked in the sun all day, or in the morning. So man, you could tell I haven't streamed for a bit because my voice is like already shot after 2 hours. I gotta break in the vocal cords again. I haven't been streaming as much. All right, let's see. Let's take another size 3/0 hook here. Let's tie another sand eel. Let me zoom out a little bit. Got my Kiss shirt. Man, still, we were talking about one of my favorite movies, Detroit Rock City. Such a classic high school stoner movie. Has the clam been good so far? Yeah, it's been good. It's you can't complain. I mean, hard clamming's it's not the most complicated way to shellfish, right? You're just pulling on a rake and you're pulling up clams. If there's not a lot of clams, you're not going to catch a lot. If there's a lot of clams, you still may not catch a lot if you're not set up right, but usually you do pretty good. So it's just a little bit of a grind sometimes, and some days it's a little quicker, to get to limits or something. But it's been good. It's fun. And AC fishing, what you saw in our Albie video was a young man. Now is a adult. He's growing. He's fucking taller than me now. But he's got speakers in the boat, so we've been blasting Easy and Straight Outta Compton and stuff, NWA, while we're clamming. So it's been a good time. But like I said, some days it's a grind, but it's it beats being in waders for like 12 hours. I loved soft shell clamming as well, but the hard clamming, it's just work. You bang it out, bada bing, bada boom. Still a little bit of an adventure trying to figure it out and find everything, but it's much more stable. You know what I mean? That's why I like it. Some of the other shell fishing stuff is very it could be good, and then it could go like months or weeks, like not making good money. You know what I mean? Which is just how it is, because it's a different type of shellfish that the hard clams out here flourish. They're not that they're everywhere and whatnot, but there's a fair amount of hard clams. You know what I mean? Just like how the Great South Bay in Long Island, there was everybody and their mother was out there clamming back in the 70s or whenever it was when the boom was. So we have pretty fertile shellfish land out here, but NWA makes everything much better. Makes everything better. It does. It does. And he's been enjoying Slick Rick too. I was trying to get him to listen to Megadeth. We were listening to Megadeth on the way. Symphony of Destruction has started off, and I was like, hell yeah. And I was like, all right, we're jamming. And I was waiting for Wake Up Dead. It's my favorite, but he gave it a shot. We've got about 6-7 songs through it, and then he changed it. He said, I can't do it. I don't like heavy metal. And I was laughing because that's what I always said. Like, man, I love heavy metal. I love Megadeth. And my friend would laugh at me because Megadeth is not, like, at the time was not heavy metal. It was just metal, right? It was barely, because, metal and the term metal and heavy metal has changed so much over the years, right? Now you could say the term heavy metal is like crazy, like death metal or something, like whatever, some way heavier stuff. But it was funny. He was like, I don't like heavy metal. And I was like, or he was like, this is too heavy for me right now or something. I was laughing. I was like, you couldn't take Dave Mustaine, huh? But you listen to Metallica. Figures. What a normie. Like I was saying like dumb, like, Megadeth, Metallica stuff. But it's good. We have a good time out there. It's fun. Actually, one of these days, I should go out by myself, not necessarily to go, for money, but just to get some clams and do some clams with linguine sauce with some garlic and stuff. Oof. Oh, so good. See, now I'm starting to talk about food. You can tell it's getting to the point in the stream where I'm getting hungry, right? But that's some good stuff right there. I love a good clams and linguine or something like that. With some like white wine or something, you know what I mean? Reduce it down with garlic. That's my jam right there. Baked clams are good too. But and then you get the little neck in there. You get these little neck. That's what we're catching, right? Cooking stream? No. It's been a while. We've done cooking streams. Specifically, the only cooking streams we ever done was when we went out, caught fish, and specifically with the idea of either keeping them or this is back when I think it was with my boat, right? We caught bluefish and I deep hooked some, and my dad wanted to keep some, so I was like, all right, we're gonna cook it on stream, but I don't have to set up for that. So while that was fun, we're not going to make that a regular occurrence. We have cooked on stream before. Not that I'm an amazing chef, if you will, but when I had my own place, I did a lot of. I pretty much cooked every night. I was never big. I've never been big on takeout. It's so much money. You can save so much money by just cooking for yourself. So I was going pretty hard when I had my own place. I was cooking tacos, steak. I had a grill. I was grilling at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Had to work the next day. I was like grilling steaks. It was a good time. Grilling for Yo It's Okay, or Mod. And he was in the military before, so I could cook that man like. I would cook like 3 steaks, like chickens and whatever, like chicken thighs, everything, veggies. And no matter what, I gave him a giant plate. He would eat it every time because he was just trained to do it. I like to think, though, it made me feel better. I was like, yeah, man, he ate the whole thing. But meanwhile, I know he's just, that's just part of his thing. But yeah, we would go kayaking. We'd come back. I'd be grilling steaks at like 11:30 at night. It was the good old days. Now I never cook nowadays. I never cook. Because it's nice when you have your own, if you do a lot of cooking, you have your own setup, your kitchen setup, all your utensils, everything the way you like it. That's when that's when the good mojo starts happening, when you start cooking. Get my pun? Yeah, no, pun intended. But, yeah, otherwise it's kind of I don't know. I fell off with it. Now I just eat I'm just going to go make a bowl of cereal instead of making a bunch of chicken tacos or something. I do miss it. I do miss the good old days, but Yep. I don't do as much cooking nowadays. You never know. You might get a cooking stream again in the future one day. Never say never. Never say never. All right, let's put these eyes on here. I do have a rule though, and we're past the time, so it's okay. I tell myself I can't talk about food in like the first hour and a half of the stream, because there's this phenomenon that I've noticed, and it's called hunger. I don't know if you notice it, or if you've ever felt it, but essentially like an hour and a half way through the stream, I start getting very hungry. And I'm not like a snacker. I don't eat all the time. But it's always when I stream, we like start hanging out, and then somebody starts talking about food, and we start talking about food for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh my God, I could totally go for some sushi right now. So I like gave myself a rule. I purposely don't talk about it, but we're past that point. So I'm already thinking about some rice pilaf and chicken right now. All right, let's put some resin on here. But that's one of my long-term streaming advice for not that I'm like a 12 hours a day sort of dude, but from streaming over the years is avoid talking about food early on in the stream. Otherwise you're just gonna get completely distracted by the thought of shish kebabs the entire time. Happens to the best of us. Oh man, lamb sheet. This is what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about lamb shish kebabs, because I just said shish kebabs. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. All right, let's hit that with some resin, or hit that with the light. Not too much. Hopefully it doesn't run away on me here. Another little trick is you can kind of rapidly move the light and then spin it as well. But if you have too much resin on there, no matter what, it will run on you. So, God, I don't know why my nose is so stuffed right now, but I'll hit this with the light. And we almost don't even need a second coat on this. This is looking pretty good, but we will go ahead and hit this with the second coat. Yeah, so we are going to be, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, probably around 2:30 or 3. If it is like a Friday Flag giveaway night, I probably will stream a little bit later in the day, or at least stream later into the day, as that's our tradition, like Friday nights. On the last Friday of the month we do this, so. All right. This is looking pretty good, though. I'm pretty happy with these. This is almost like we'll call it the Glenn Mickelson epoxy baitfish Mark II with this easy body braid. It's pretty interesting. Very cool. Oh my God, it's already almost 10 o'clock? Really? Oh, I guess so, yeah. I guess I got started around 7:30. This is why I got to stream earlier, because I'm working in the morning. But very cool. So we tied up some pretty nice looking surf candies and sand eel flies. We got 5 sand eels tied today. Not too shabby. I do like these easy body flies. These easy body, or not easy body, these Bill's Body Braid Mickelson flies. I do like that. And I think it really shines when you have the colors, right? Like, look at the black one. Like, that looks so cool. Like, I think I should get some easy body, or not easy body. God, I keep saying easy body. Bill's Body Braid. There is a difference, by the way. Easy body is the tubing that you put over stuff. I think I should get some Bill's Body Braid or body material in different colors and tie some surf candies like that. That's very cool. All right. But we do have our final giveaway to do, so let's get our sub giveaway going on. And then we're going to wrap it up for the night. Again, I do appreciate everybody hanging out and tuning in, whether on Twitch or on YouTube. And I hope everyone has a great weekend and whatnot. But we have our last giveaway here to do for our subs. So, God, I gotta blow my nose so bad. I'm gonna try and make it through the marble race without blowing my nose, but because I do have to go somewhere. All right, hold on. All right, that's better. God, I was so stuffed up. I was so stuffed up. All right, perfect. So if you have an exclamation mark play, we have our subscriber race. So if you're a sub on the channel, the first subscriber to land in the pit will be winning the giveaway. Now we do a follower giveaway for those on YouTube. You don't know, followers on YouTube are like our followers on Twitch are like a sub on YouTube, right? And then the sub on Twitch is like the memberships on YouTube when it comes to paid stuff. So this is just for explanation purposes.
Almost forgot.
But so we do that. But again, we are trying to figure it out for YouTube in the future. But for any new folks here, you could always feel free to join the marble races and have fun and whatnot and try and knock subs marbles off the track. That's what I do. But so we're going to run this thing. Let's see. First subscriber, Marble Land in the Pit's going to win some flies. By the way, thank you, Craigerol, for the 28 months, my friend. Almost forgot. I would have gave you mine if you weren't anyway. You've been subbed for a while anyways. So, but thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. And Questerio, I hope you're doing well as well. All right. Let's see it. First subscriber, Twitch subscriber, Marble in the Pit's going to be winning some flies again. Congratulations to Doc for the follower giveaway, winning that as well with a glorious victory. So I guess we'll let the marble gods decide, shall we? I want to see a clean fight. Oh, I'm joining in there too. I want to see a clean fight. That being said, I'm going to knock Doc's marble off the track, all right? Oh, Mr. Kingpin, you're not in there, but that's all right. This is a subscriber one anyway, but I always welcome more marbles because of the chaos. Jim, though, looking good off the bat here. It looks like we don't have a very long, but we have a vicious race ahead of us. Jim taking the elevator, it looks like, but meanwhile, Lean and Doc taking the bottom section. Now, Doc is already a winner this month, so he's just in it for the fun, but Lean right now is technically in the lead. Lean's, if they can navigate their way through this marble grinder here, we'll see how they do. Nobody's hitting any pegs yet either. Everybody else got suckered into taking the elevator. Jim as well. Jim was looking good, but then he got stuck in the elevator. It seems like that did not pay off. Now we have hammers here. Oh my God! Doc getting smacked by the hammer. Lean looking good though, making it by, potentially solidifying their win for the race. We're going to take a look at Jim here though with the hammers. Whew! That was close. Brew as well. Southern Fly Guy. Oh, no! Oh, no! Southern Fly Guy and Brew got knocked off. Oh, Southern Fly Guy with a brand new sub as well. He's probably like, I'm calling Amazon. We're refunding that. That's bullshit. Oh, Leans! No! Oh, we got to redo it. Everybody died except for me. What the fuck was that? You guys were on the track. Well, Craggerol's in there. If Craggerol makes it to the end, he wins because he's a sub. Even though his name's not blue, he resubbed. Wait, it's not over yet. Craggerol, against all odds, just coming back from the land of Africa. Can he do it? He's getting stuck on some Tic Tacs or something. All he needs to do, Craggerol, all you need to do is not die. Also, at some point, there's going to be a PUBG blue wall coming to kill him as well. So he's just got to make it in time, and he needs to not fall off. And he's getting stuck. How does this goddamn controls work? Here we go. Craggerol, it's all on the line here. Everything you've ever dreamed of. All he's got to do is not fall off the track. Can he do it, Craggerol's? He's looking good. He's looking good. I don't know what this cube does, but this cube is freaking me out. And just like that, give it up, everybody! Exclamation mark rigged in the chat. Craggerol, congratulations. Give it up for Craggerol. The winner of Survivor Island marbles. Don't worry about Li Flies Mike. This is invalid. This is what matters right here. Okay? That's what matters right there. And that's what we like. For anybody new here, that's what we like to call a high mortality rate. It's part of the map design. It's not, but this is the danger of picking random marble tracks. Is high mortality rates. That's by the way, that's a high mortality rate in marble racing. That's a copyrighted phrase, and it's not, but I should copyright it because I definitely coined that term when it comes to Twitch marble races. Maybe not. I wonder if anyone else has said this map has a high mortality rate on marble races, but it's like a tradition where I have to say that when everybody dies. But anyways, all right, I'm gonna go make some food. I'm starving. Thank you so much for hanging out. Whether you're watching on Twitch or you're watching on YouTube, which by the way, you can watch us on both platforms now. So shout out to all the tubers. Shout out to all you tubers out there. Appreciate you, as well as all you folks on Twitch. And thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I'll let you folks find your way and whatnot. But thank you so much for hanging out. Like I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are going to be streaming around 2:30 or 3 o'clock. So I could probably look and see you streaming and whatnot. But recommendations, you could check out, what do you call it? Shook One. He's probably streaming somewhere on a beach, living it up. So did you make your YouTube hours to get ad revenue? No, but we are technically a YouTube partner. So, which speaking of which, I do need a big bunker fly video to, I need to film it. So I've been kind of just, what do you call it? Clamming and then coming home and just nerding out on Warhammer stuff. But it's been going good. Yes, we are part of the partner program in YouTube, but I'm not earning ad revenue yet, but I'm not too worried about it. But everything helps these days, doing what I do for a living in all the various hobo fashions. But thank you so much again, and big shout out to Craggerol. Thank you for the 28 months again, my friend. Oh, let me write your name down, Craggerol. You're the sub giveaway. Anyone that hasn't gotten your stuff, it's going out tomorrow. Oh, Shook's in Nebraska. Oh, damn, that's cool. Hell yeah. I can't remember the last time Shook, I guess, is he visiting or something? I'll have to check in. I was going to say, he's been in Australia forever, dude. First raffle was Doc, and then Craggerol. Gabe. Yep. But, anyways, I hope you folks have an awesome night. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Like I said, I'll make sure I'll probably do this every Sunday, let's say, at night, or like Monday morning, but I'm going to post like Sunday or Monday, our schedule for the week in the Discord. It's going to stay the same. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the afternoons, like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And, but I'll make sure to post it. Like if we have a Friday Fly giveaway, it might be at 7 or 6:30, let's say, or something, right? So I'll try to get back into the schedule and also posting the schedule in Discord. Quick, simple thing, nothing fancy, but we are trying to do that. So, but thank you again. I hope you folks have an awesome night and enjoy your weekend. If I don't see you, okay. And Monday at 2:30, we will be fly tying. If I don't see you then, before then, okay. Thank you so much for hanging out, and congratulations again to Doc and Craggerol. So I got you guys. I'll probably send those out next week. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out. Have an awesome night, chat, and I'll see you on Monday. All right? Peace. Take it easy.